Okay, this is a nice fun problem. There's the rate for convicted sex offenders is 16%. A warden suspects this percent is lower if the sex offender is also a drug addict. Of the 370 convicted offenders who were also drug addicts, 56 became repeat offenders. What can be concluded at the 0.10 level of significance? Well, the Z test is always used for population proportion, okay? So the null hypothesis is what is given here, the p equals 0.16, and the alternative hypothesis saying, well, I think it's different, so the alternative hypothesis is p is less than 0.16, okay? So equal to 0.16, less than 0.16. Remember, always has equality, never has equality. No alternative. So the test statistic, now I also sent you a spreadsheet. So the rest, all this is going to be, these two answers are going to be spit out for you in a revised spreadsheet that I made. Okay, so level of significance is 0.1. Sample size was 370. Number of yes was, I forget, 56. 56, and the population proportion, which what originally they say is 0.16, okay? So the test statistic is negative 0.4. You don't need to know the Z critical value here, but so this spreadsheet will accommodate both using the Z critical factor and the test statistic, the P value, okay? So from this value, the test statistic value, we find the P value, okay? So let's see, test statistic is 0.454 negative, okay? And the p-value based on this test statistic is 0.325, and there's how you would get it, norm.s.distribution. And I'm grabbing D8, which is the test statistic, and always 1 for the, when they ask for the cumulative. So if you're wondering how I got that, but that's how it is. So then if the p is less than the alpha, we reject the null. If p is greater than the alpha, we fail to reject, okay? Oh, and again, they never asked this question in problems, but it's important to know, where is the claim? The claim is the alternative hypothesis. I'm claiming that it's less than 0.16. That's what I'm trying to find out. And since the p-value is greater than alpha, we reject the null hypothesis. So down here in my 4 possibilities, if the claim is alternative and failed to reject, then there is not sufficient evidence to support the claim. And again, all this has to do with Z critical value and that. So all this entire spreadsheet will accommodate both Z critical and using P versus alpha. This particular problem is P versus alpha. Not enough evidence to support the claim. So if you read, so we fail to reject the null hypothesis, and the answer is here. I'll just let you read it. I couldn't bother reading it. It's kind of long. And pause it if you want. And also the interpretation is, again, this is the interpretation. I'll let you pause it and read it if you want. Basically, it says that well, I'll let you read it. It's just, you can pause it and read it. So those are the, after you figure out that we fail to reject because P is greater than alpha, this answer closely resembles the 4th one down here because the claim is in the alternative and we fail to reject the null hypothesis. Claim is in alternative, fail to reject null. Not enough evidence to support the claim. So I'll leave this up for a couple seconds, but I'm going to let you just pause and read the answers because it's kind of monotonous just reading right from here. They worded it perfectly. I couldn't have worded it any better. Okay, hope this helps.